Good morning. Welcome to Lawana's Urban Voices. Um, there's been a whole bunch of rumors going around against T.D. Jakes and attending Puff Daddy's parties. Um, a lot of rumors. Um, None of the rumors have been confirmed, but when Diddy settled his case with Cassie, her documents that she used to file her case immediately got sealed. So, for those who were able to download her case when it was still public records, now that the settlement is done, all of those records are null and void. They're um they're null and void, and not, I won't say null and void, they're sealed. All of her records are now sealed. So she had like 300 pages detailing what happened when she was with Diddy for those years. And all of that got sealed the very next day once he settled the case. So now, allegedly, in those documents, there was information about TD Jakes and some of the other people that had attended Puffy's parties and a lot of homosexual activity and things like that. Um, Pastor Jakes has not confirmed, denied, or even replied as of today. Now, I can't say if he isn't going to make some type of statement, but so far he hasn't addressed any of the rumors. And now other people are coming out saying that Kim Porter told Cassie to document what was going on, to get documentation to protect herself. Supposedly, Kim Porter had a cell phone with information on it, um, or video on it that she had shared with Cassie. Totally speculation, totally rumors, but that's what they're saying. And now it's getting back to, how did Kim Porter die? Did she die from the flu? People do die from the flu. Now, let's not be, when you wait too long to get treatment, you could possibly die from the flu because you end up drowning your lungs with all the fluid. So it's a possibility. Nobody knows. But now with all of this other information coming out on Pastor Jakes, Puffy, his parties, Cassie, I have seen lately in the news all of these women coming out from 10, 15, 20 years ago accusing all of these actors of sexual assault. Vin Diesel's been accused, Jamie Foxx has been accused, um, Cuba Gooding has been accused. And I'm noticing a trend of all of these men that are being accused so far have been men of color. And I'm thinking to myself, something doesn't seem right with this picture, but now all of these women are coming out saying that they've been sexually assaulted by all of these mega stars. But I have a problem because if this happened to you, like in the case of Vin Diesel, if this happened in 2010, it's 2023. Why are you coming out now? Why didn't you come out in 2010? Why didn't you come out in 2012? Why did you come out in 2015? Why do you wait 12 years to come out and say something against Vin Diesel? And right now, he only has the one accusation. Jamie Foxx, the one accusation so far that I've seen. But my concern is these women are coming out after the fact because Cassie got paid. Now they all want to get paid. And if they were truly sexually assaulted, I would prefer criminal charges be against these men because you don't want them out sexually assaulting women. But then if you have one woman who said that from 12 years ago, 13 years ago, 15 years ago, and you don't have any collaborating evidence or witnesses, I don't know that inclined to believe what you're saying. Not that I don't think, women hide their trauma. I do. I believe women hide their trauma if they get assaulted. I truly believe they do that. But it's usually with a pattern of a man like a Harvey Weinstein who had a pattern, but he was so powerful in Hollywood that those actresses were more concerned about their careers than reporting Harvey Weinstein because he was able to make or break them in Hollywood at that time. So now these women are saying, they're coming out saying that Harvey Weinstein was a predator. And yeah, he was. But y'all allowed it because y'all wanted to be in his movies because his movies were high grossing movies. And it's really heartbreaking to see all of that unfolding. But at the same time, you can't come out 12, 15, 20 years later unless because the statutes of limitations is gone, and unless you're coming for money, I'm not sure why you're seeing anything at this time. And it could be because this is going to help you heal your trauma. And if that's the case, then I say yes, heal your trauma. But I'm very concerned that some men might be getting falsely accused. Jonathan Majors has been dropped by Disney. So when I say dropped by Disney, they're going to replace his character with somebody else, of course. But Jonathan Majors has been dropped. And that's really sad because he was found guilty of two of the accounts, but the young lady should have also been charged as well. She should have been charged as well. She's a bitter woman because he broke up with her because she wasn't the type of woman he wanted in his corner. So he broke up with her and she filed charges of assault. Um, there's so much evidence that she was the aggressor and that he was trying to prevent her from hitting him. So there's so much back and forth on that, and it's really sad that he got convicted of anything because there was so many witnesses saying that she started the whole incident. Um, so it's just a sad situation. But I'm noticing with Pastor Jakes, Puffy, Puffy's had that pattern for a minute of women saying things about him, but now, and he's notorious for his parties. Everybody talks about a Puffy party. But now Pastor Jakes has gotten involved in the rumor mill. And for some reason, Puffy has done a lot of people wrong because a lot of his ex security guards and people that were personal assistants or people that used to be in Puffy's circle are all over the internet talking about Puffy, like everything that he did. And I feel like if you were in Puffy's circle and you saw all of this abuse going on and you didn't do anything, shouldn't you be charged as well? Aren't you a co-conspirator in all of that abuse? Um, or did or do or does a non-disclosure agreement, an NDA, does that NDA prevent you from speak? Well, I know it's supposed to prevent you from speaking out on things that happen inside the inner circle, but does that NDA prevent you from reporting crimes? That's what I want to know. How is that NDA written that it would prevent you from reporting crime or reporting a crime that happens in your presence? Were you guys complicit in helping Puffy commit these crimes? But now that you're fired and no longer in the inner circle, now that you are on the outside looking in, you're jealous or upset or mad. Now you're speaking out, but you're still under an NDA, so you shouldn't be able to speak out. And I'm just, this whole thing is getting confused. I would be very interested to see if Pastor Jakes has anything to say about his alleged involvement with Puffy and his parties, because nobody, no person is without sin. And I'm not saying criminal behavior. I'm just saying, even though Pastor Jakes is a pastor, and even though Pastor Jakes preaches a lot of things about doing what's right, he's still a man and he still sins. He's not going to be sin free. So when you are following these pastors, my aunt told me something a long time ago when I was a little girl, and I didn't understand what she was saying to me. When you go to church, you have to keep your eye on the prize, not the preacher, not the choir, not the members. When you go to church, you keep your eye on the prize and you worry about yourself and yourself only. You don't look at everybody else, you don't judge everybody else. You keep your eye on the prize. So even if Pastor Jake did some of the things that he's been accused of, you got to remember to keep your eye on the prize. Pastor Jake isn't the prize. Pastor Jake is a man delivering a message that hopefully helps you keep your eye on the prize. But don't look at him to be perfect, because he's still human. He's still a man, and we know that as humans we fall short. That's why we need prayer, and we need to keep our eye focused on what we're supposed to do as good people. I believe that some of these mega churches have lost focus of what the mega church or what the church is supposed to do. They're so focused on the money and the prestige and the notoriety that they're forgetting their everyday place of just being a church, or just being a place of worship, or just being a place that helps people in need. Um, and if you take your eye off the prize and look at what's going on in church, you'll get discouraged, because behind the scenes of what goes on in these mega churches, it's enough to make you heartbroken. So whatever Pastor Jakes did or didn't do, not up to me to judge, not up to you to judge. It really is going to come down to um, when he has to stand before Judgment Day. Other than that, I was just surprised that everybody is saying Pastor Jakes. They've been saying this a long time about Pastor Jakes. He's been having rumor rumors about him for a while, and people have been talking about it. Me personally, I try not to get in the rumor mill with pastors and churches, because I don't know how all of that works. If you are truly anointed, if you're not anointed, if you are truly there to guide God's people to the promised land. I don't know about any of that. All I know is that personally, my relationship with God has to be my personal relationship. If you believe in whatever religion you're in, it should be a personal journey, and you shouldn't be relying on other people when it comes to your personal journey or your personal morals or your personal beliefs. That becomes an issue between you and your religion, whatever God you decide to serve, whatever makes you a good person. Because I think at the end of the day, if you have a good heart, you're a good person, and you try to do the right thing, and 9 times out of 10, you're always doing the right thing and you're trying to be a good person, I think that is what matters more than anything else. Um, I think you just have to be internally a good person and externally a good person. That's what I believe. But with this whole TD Jakes thing, woo, it just makes you say, wow, this is a lot. But then again, you got to pick and choose, what you want to believe or not. Like I said, there is no proof. It's all allegations at this time. So we can just watch the story unfold. Of course, I will keep you posted. If I hear anything different, I will definitely keep you guys posted and we can talk about it. Um, the other thing I wanted to talk about was, and I think I'll make this another podcast. I think it's going to need its own podcast. Is all of the mothers hurting their babies? That is a lot of what's going on here lately in the news, and that's really bothersome. So that's another day, another time. But you guys, like I said, keep your eye on the prize, not on the man, and let's wait to see what happens with Pastor Jakes and Puffy because Puffy is losing endorsements left and right. Um, I don't know how this is going to affect Pastor Jakes. Um, Jonathan has been dropped by Disney, and I'm sure some of his other projects are now going to be on hold. So we'll see what's really going on. Um, I will definitely talk to you guys later. And as always, thank you for listening to Lawana's Urban Voices. I ask that you refer me to a friend or share the podcast. And please put any questions, comments you have in the bottom. I do read them, I will respond to them. And thank you guys so much for supporting my channel. Have a great day, and it is almost Christmas. Bye, guys.